I feel like that I really truly need to go over this just to try my best in order to either remind or educate the general populace here in America. There is something false and phony going on. I know that you keep hearing a lot about vote. All right? But I truly want you all to understand how the election process or the selection process here in America really goes. The popular vote does not decide, nor does it determine the outcome of an election. It don't. The Electoral College is the one that determines who wins the election. And of course, the Electoral College is based on how many super delegates that each state has. For instance, Florida has 29 Electoral College votes. Pennsylvania has 20. Tennessee has 11. I think California has something like 56 or something like that. Are you beginning to understand this? So what happens is in each district, parish, precinct, city, whatever you want to call it, all right? What happens is they take the majority of the votes in those counties and they put them all together to determine how the people who are called super delegates is going to vote. Now, the truth is the super delegate, they don't have to vote the way that the popular vote has voted. We would hope that they would, but the real true factor in the determination of the outcome of the election is these super delegates who actually are the ones who control the Electoral College. And you only need 270 Electoral College votes in order to be able to determine who's going to be the president of the United States of America. And again, I'll take you back to the turn of the century, the 2000s, when Al Gore won the popular vote, but George W. Bush won the Electoral College vote. You see what I'm saying? And of course, they kept counting and recounting and counting and recounting. You can do all that counting and recounting all you want. It's nothing but a dog and pony show. Now, I guess you could say, if there wasn't nothing shady and undermining about the voting system in itself, myself, I purposely ought to think that we ought to return to paper ballots. And we should have a checks and balance systems to where they hire people to actually count and recount the votes over and over again in order to determine the outcome. But I told you, when the Electoral College system was invented, all right, it was back during the days of horse and buggy. If there's anything that really truly needs to be revamped in this country, it is actually the voting system. Because now you have people who in some states outnumber the others. And that's why you think that people spend so much time. See, I mean, I can tell you right now, Donald Trump is not going to win California. In any way, shape, fashion, or form, he ain't. And so that's automatically going to the Democrats. But then equally, you know, I know the news media keeps saying everything is so close and it's a toss-up and all this old stuff, and Joe Biden's leading and all this other stuff, all the rhetoric that they keep putting out. But Texas is traditionally a Republican state. And they have just as much, as, if not as many, Electoral College votes as California does. So what happens is that these people that are campaigning for office, they spend a lot of time in these areas like Pennsylvania, Florida, places like that has like 20 and 30 electoral college votes, because you win 2 of them states and stuff, you've equaled or better that which is in California. Because you get out to like places like Montana where the populace is not that great, you're talking about 3 or 4, maybe 5 electoral college votes. That's the reason why people don't spend much time campaigning there, because it's just simply not worth the money, the time, the energy, and the effort. You see, I wish that more people would get on here and really truly educate you concerning and keep us abreast and keep us informed. Because you know how often we let things slip. If we don't hear things repeated again and again and again and over and over again, we'll let them slip, because sometimes we just don't let it lodge in our mind. I told you, we live in a world and we live in a society where everything is already thinking for us. We done lost the ability to use self-autonomy. We done lost the ability to know what critical thinking is. We don't use analysis. We don't. We just simply don't. I don't know why people are so comfortable in being apathetic or complacent. I know it seems like it's a utopia, but it's not a utopia. I know you can say, well, I don't have that much on my mind, so therefore I'm at peace. No. It don't work like that. You don't know what peace is. Get out in the country, get you a couple of acres of land and get a chicken coop and grow your own garden, and then dig a well and get your own fresh water and stuff and raise your own cattle. You'll find out what peace is. Because there's a hell of a lot less stress in living out here than it is in those population centers. You can feel the oppression whenever you go to a city. You can literally feel it just pressing down on you. Whew, I'm telling you. But anyway, hey, I'm just here to make you think. That's all I am. I'm just here to make you think, because too many times we got people telling us what to think, and then we pick and choose based on what they want us to think. And I'll give you an example. All right, the other day I deal with a situation. I'm going to digress here for a second, all right? See, here in America, they got this statement saying if mom ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. That ain't the way it is in my house. Now, if father, daddy, if he ain't happy, then the whole damn house ain't happy, and it's going to be a damn ruckus in that house. That's what it's going to be. And the reason being is because we have moved from a patriarchal society to a matriarchal society, to where everything and every aspect that we do, that the women are holding the keys and the reins of power and authority. And you know what they use more than anything? Threats. There's some of you that your marriage would end tomorrow if you put your foot down in the house and you take the lead. If you are religiously inspired, you go to 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, it gives you the chain of command and the pecking order. See if your wife will submit to that or she's going to defy it. You'll find out if you're the head of your house or not. Make a directive or mandate. Put your foot down. Make a decision and a choice and tell her that she's going to abide by and see what happens. You're going to find out if you're the head or not, because she kicks and balks, rises up, starts screaming and hollering and manifesting, and then start threatening you with leaving and divorce. Hey, you are just there for convenience. You are there to provide for her a lifestyle that she can enjoy, because you really truly ain't the head. She is the neck that is turning the head and making you think that you are the head. And so now we see the reason why we have so much influence of feminism on every aspect of society right now, that men are even scared to stand up. They're scared to let them hang. And the only time that a woman in this day and world and time and age is ever going to be in submission is when she's on the back, when she is on her back in the bedroom. Because in that particular place, she has no authority. I don't mean to sound common or vulgar or nothing like that. I'm just trying to show you some reason why the country's going to hell in a handbasket. You remember the reason why we're in the state we're in the first place? Is because Adam listened to Eve over the Creator. Some of you have forgotten them principles. You've forgotten that decision and choices have been made. And I'm telling you, you think your wife loves you, see if she will obey you. See it. Let's see if she will. While you're at it, I'll give you one more. Go to Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22 through 24 and read that too. See if she's going to submit. Give you another one too. 1 Peter chapter 3. Go ahead and read that too. I mean, I can go on all day long with this stuff. I can. But I'm only speaking to those who believe in morality and not their own opinion, their own vain opinion. They put it above truth. But I'm telling you, many of you think your wife love you. You know, Jesus said in John 14:15, if you love me, you're going to keep my commandments. That's what he says. In other words, it's based on our position is, if we're going to show we love him, we're going to keep his commandments, especially the 7-day Sabbath and not Sunday. So a lot of people say they love him, but they don't obey him. They don't see, anytime somebody is serving you their way and loving you their way without the order and the order being compromised. And the only way they can love you is if their way trumps the order. You have a tyrant. You are literally married to a tyrant. You're not married to a woman. Chances are you're married to a monster. See, I can talk like this because I'm a man. I'm a true man. I promise you, I am a man. I let them hang. I guess you have to be willing to suffer loss in order to gain to be able to speak this way. Because, hey, I would love to see some of you test that boat. See if your wife love you. No? Make a choice and decision. I would like to see. Prove it your own self. And see if I'm just talking out the side of my neck. But anyway, hey, I gave you 2 things of wisdom here. Electoral college and the rule of feminism.